guys, it's Parzival. I also go by Will, and I am back with another sketchbook tour. I do apologize for the lack of videos the past couple of weeks. I know I said I was going to try and do a twice a day thing, or twice a week thing, and then I had to force myself down to once a week because my computer doesn't upload very well at my current location. However, then my computer broke, and I have spent the last 2 weeks getting a new computer and getting all of my files transferred to the new computer. So I didn't really have much that I could actually do until this week. Currently, I have finished a sketchbook in that time since I was stuck doing traditional for a good 2 weeks, and I am pretty proud of myself because I actually finished this ahead of schedule. I thought it would take me about 2 months, and it actually took me only about a month and a half, which is, I think, pretty impressive for me. Especially since, as you guys might know, I normally work with 8.5 by 5.5 sketchbooks, and this is not that. This is another one of the paper blank sketchbooks, which I adore, and I think the pattern on it is really, really nice. And I do love these sketchbooks a lot. They're just bigger than I'm used to using, so I don't go through them as fast, but I still think they're really neat. I am actually working in another larger sketchbook, so that one is also probably going to take me a bit to do, but never fear, I do still have some sketchbooks that I can film and go over with you guys, so not for lack of videos, assuming I can actually keep to my schedule. So, this sticker I got from my school's zine fair, and this sticker is actually by Unicorn Gender on Tumblr, and I will link their Tumblr account down below. This is a thrilling intent sticker of Gregor for the Outriders, and I thought it was really, really cool, so I want to stick that somewhere neat. And since this is one of the favorite brands of sketchbooks I like, I made sure to put my large and my favorite stickers on here. I did put a notes page in here. As usual. I did have a bunch of post-its on this page, but I took them off to transfer them to my new sketchbook, so no post-its here. I started it, and you can kind of see the start and end writing, but it's faded for a while. But I started it on the 4th of June, and I ended it on the 14th, and I believe today's the 16th as I'm filming it, so, pretty good progress. I did change the quote that I put on the first page of my usual sketchbooks. I used to have a quote about what you do is good, and I might go back to that, but for this one, the quote that stood out for me for this sketchbook was that the secret to happiness is freedom, and the secret to freedom is courage. Mostly because I felt like with this sketchbook, well, I don't choose my quotes after I do the sketchbook, but the quote tends to affect the sketchbook, and I think that for this one, I did a lot of different things in the sketchbook. It's partly why I'm proud of it. I stuck a couple stamps in here because I like those stamp designs. I got a bunch of new stamps. But I started with this Luke sketch page and a taped-in ticket to the Oregon Zoo that I went to with my friends. I had a lot of fun. Doodle of myself, and a couple of reference pages of my materials that I usually use, and I really liked these pages. I didn't actually end up going back to them as much as I thought I would, but I thought it was really nice to have these just in general in case I needed them, because using a sketchbook like this is somewhat, because I wanted to know how things would work on this paper, and I thought it would be taking me a lot longer. I thought it would be a good thing to have. I don't know if I'm going to do this in every sketchbook, but I thought it was fun to do. For this page, I just have a bunch of drawing ideas that I want to do. I didn't finish all of them, as you can see that some of them have checks on them and some of them don't. But this is actually a thing that I really like doing with some of my sketchbooks these days, is to fill a page with just a bunch of drawing ideas that you can reference later in case you're out of ideas or you aren't at a computer but still want to draw something. I got a sketch of Kazel, another bunch of drawing concept stuff, some stuff with Lamb and Augustus from a session of Neolands, where Augustus actually managed to threaten Lamb, which is impressive because he's a spaghetti noodle of a man, and I'm very proud of him for actually threatening the fighter of the group. This is some perception fan art. I really like Perception as a game because I thought it was really cool. And Nick was a really fun character, though we never really saw what his face looked like. So I designed some stuff how I thought he looked, and I just really had fun with it. So yeah, I think Perception is a pretty cool game. Go check it out if you get the chance. Some sketches on the back that I really wasn't putting too much effort in because this is the second half of a Copic bleed. Another quick comic with Dan and Lamb about whether Cal can actually survive as long as he has without being able to cook. Some more doodles. This and one more page actually all go together because I was doing some concept art for some new outfits for Neolands. A fusion design sketch of my character Luke and my sister's character Matt, and they turn into Braveheart, who has 4 arms and 2 tongues and is short and ready to fight everyone that he's not already protecting. These are two of the cleaner sketches I did of the new Neolands outfits. I wanted to make it relatively uniform, but also with personal touches for each of the characters. And I just smacked my camera. I apologize. Comic with Lamb and Dan, with Lamb dropping a couple of important plot points here. This is when I actually started work, and so I didn't have much time to actually bring my sketchbook places, but we have scraps of paper that I would draw on downtime. And so I started taping things in with like a bunch of washi tape, and this is when it comes at night. And basically I just enjoyed a lot of the sketchbook is really experimental, and I wasn't really sure what I was doing with a lot of it, but I think it turned out pretty well because of it. There's a lot of taped in stuff, and a lot of me trying out new materials, and I think it shows a lot of growth. So this is a rainbow sketch page of some Lamb expressions from the Neolands campaign session. Excuse me. Everyone in Neolands got some new headpieces. Personal comic about motions. My brother introduced me to the concept of throwing your hat over the fence, which is like forcing yourself to do something you're not really sure you're supposed to do or not by tossing your hat over the metaphorical fence. Except I don't wear hats, so I just toss my glasses. I did some studies of Orlando Bloom's Legolas to try and get some stuff with Lamb set, and I want to see how it actually looked. Different style concept stuff with Luke. Jinx from Neolands in the worst fashion ever, because that is honestly, like, if anyone would wear that, it would be Jinx. Comic about depression from Neolands again. Stuff inspired by both fusion stuff and Bo Burnham's Right Brain, Left Brain. And these are 3 pages of sketch comics about Lamb's life being basically known to everyone in Neolands. Because basically everyone knows his life story, and he didn't realize this. Some Chill White Diamond stuff. That is done by my friend Birdie, and I will link their stuff down in the description, as well as the Chill White Diamond Court blog. These are some more Luke and Lamb sketches, because Lamb got yelled at for being dumb. And by being dumb, I mean Luke yelled at him for all the stupid decisions he made trying to rescue Luke. More colored sketches. More Chill White Diamond Court stuff. More sketches here. I got a Prismacolor Prismacolor multiliner that was a brush pen, and I want to try it out, but it wasn't as thin as I'd like it to be, so I didn't particularly like it, but I thought it was good to try it. Some Alien doodles, some Thrilling Intent doodles, a Thrilling Intent sketch that I want to turn into an actual piece, some sketches for some stickers that I want to make sometime in the future. No, I gotta toss that over. I'm gonna have to blur that, but basically this was I can't actually show this page because this is spoilers for Neolands. And while I don't think most of you care, some of the players actually watched this, and I can't actually spoil that. some gesture stuff. More Luke and Lamb sketches, an alien sketch. More post-it notes of concepts I want to do. Some Zelvetta, Thrilling Intent fan art. Chill White Diamonds fan art for the Pearl. Thrilling Intent sketches on this page. Thrilling Intent. Another fusion by Kira's Per Right Now, who I love. There's fusions. This keeps accidentally taping itself to the wrong part, but I didn't know what to do with the Sketchbook bleed page, so I just taped this like patterned embossed card on it, and then a rainbow pencil doodle. Some more Thrilling Intent fan art. Some gestures that I liked, so I just like scribbled some color around it. Some alien stuff for some personal canon development. Alien again, my friend Stage's character, more Alien. Thrilling Intent fan art. One of the new characters in Thrilling Intent looks like my character Bennett, so I thought that was funny. Bleed page, so I taped 2 like pieces of small paper, scrap paper, into this and drew on top of that. Cafe sketches. Sketch of my character Alexi. More Thrilling Intent fan art. I've tried to start blocking in some of my sketch pages a little bit more. I don't always do that, and I want to get back into the habit of doing so to make it look a little bit cleaner. But I like how it looks. This one is, there was a rainbow pencil at work, so I doodled with that. Bennett sketch, some Bennett with my brother's character Algie. This is when I really started like pasting a lot of stuff in here with washi tape, because it's mostly scrap stuff that was from work. So, Rosalie, Vampire Hunters, Bennett, Wonder Woman ticket, Disney sticker, hand and arm gestures, Alien, a human bee from Night in the Woods. I really like Night in the Woods, and I've seen a lot of bee designs, and my sister and I were talking, and we really didn't see many mohawk designs for bee, and so I doodled a concept based on Janelle Monáe, because I like the idea of like a braided mohawk for her that like extends super long to represent her tail, as opposed to like I've seen a lot of just straight black hair standard goth designs, which are also good in their own way, but I like the idea of like a braided mohawk. Vampire Hunter stuff for Alexi and Marcus. Me being tired and sleepy. More Neoland spoilers, sorry. I mean, this is fine to see, but can't see that. This is Thrilling Intent fan art for Thog. More work sketches. So I also started filling in some sketches with like just flat color, just to give it a bit more of a pop, so I wasn't just sketching boring stuff at work. So here's some Luke and some Elian. I've made comments about how I think my character Luke kind of looks like JD if you put a leather jacket on him. He doesn't really, but some people think he does, so I thought I'd like do some doodles of Luke as JD because I think it's kind of funny. My character Emery and their friend Taryn, who is owned by my friend Quietuses. I call them Q because I can't actually pronounce her name, but I will link them down below. Some elbow studies, and Emery and Taryn's sketch page. More body type studies. I'm not super great at them, but I'm working on them. Being sucky at something is the first step to improving on it. I also want to try drawing more torsos without heads, because I always base my proportions off the head size, and I really should stop doing that. Thrilling Intent fan art. Emery sketch page, Thrilling Intent fan art. Alien sketches from an RP. Mouth studies. List of things that I want to practice more and improve on that I think I'm going to copy into my next sketchbook. More Neoland spoilers, some more body studies, Emery and arm studies, more Alien, more studies here. This is fan art of No Smarts But Hearts, another third wheel tabletop podcast, which is really, really cute. Studies, Elion, another NPC from Neolands, more Elion, and like marker pen. Sketch pages of Jinx and a foot. More studies from work. I didn't miss a page. No, I didn't. Okay, so this is a page for some tabletop stuff. I am doing a pair of Vati twins for a potential 5e campaign. And so I'm pulling out my character Levi and my sister's character Chiaki, and when the two of them are together and siblings, they are a much more stable pair than any of the Canes are on their own. Couple of days I just could not draw on model for some reason, but I tried anyway. It wasn't the best, but I feel that it's important to draw anyway, even if you can't draw anything good, because the point is to just draw. You don't always get the best things, but sometimes you can get something at least like warmed up, and you don't just go, oh gosh, that turned out badly, I'm gonna stop drawing now. I have strong opinions on that, and I should probably make that into a video at some point. Some body type studies for Elian, Lamb, and Luke, because they're all soldiers, but I want them to have 3 different body types, and I struggle with Elian and Lamb the most. I think Luke has a pretty distinctive body type for the 3 of them, but this is fan art of the web series No Evil by Betsy Lee. It's really, really good. It's like Aztec Western furry mystery. I can't describe it any better than that, but it's super good, and I will link that down below because people should take a look at that. More pen sketches with red pen, because I got a bunch of Prismacolor liners that I didn't want to use them for actual lining purposes, but I thought they'd be really fun to sketch in because I actually miss sketching in like liner, because I used to do that a lot with my sepia liners, but I stopped doing that, and I don't know why. I feel like while I was doing that, I learned a lot, so I want to go back to doing that a little bit more. My Devati twins again, I altered their hairstyles a little bit, and this still isn't their final design, but I want to work with the reds blocking in blacks and just doing something fun with it. Jinx and Nose sketches, more Devati twins, and there's a difference between how they look in Tabletop and how they look in RP. This is Levi again as an adult. Another Emery sketch page. For my personal canon stuff, I was developing some ear shapes for elves, and not like shapes, but I wanted to do something more expressive if I'm doing something visual, so I figured that for some of the characters, they could have more like rabbit or cat ear type swiveling ears that can move based on emotion. But not all elves have that. I just thought it would be pretty interesting for 2 of the elven characters. Some stuff with my character Tybalt and my sister's character Coffee. Some Claire sketches as I try to figure out some of his outfits. Because Claire doesn't have many outfits because he gets overwhelmed by too many clothing choices. So I want to draw him some more and get some outfit concepts done. Some notes about Kiesel for personal canon and try to draw him in a suit. More Claire stuff. Elian, I'm tossing into a Fire Emblem RP group, and he's a Tagwell, except he's a Tagwell as a race, not as a class, because he can't transform and he prefers to be a fighter. So I was playing with some different Tagwell, like bunny ear concepts for him, but I eventually went with a bit of an altered, just like sticking the ears on the side of the head where normal ears would be, except making them large like rabbit ears. I know that's not technically how the Tagwell ears work, but I'm not a big fan of lap ears because I feel like they aren't quite as expressive because they don't really move as much. But I did want to try out a bunch of different things for that. And this is the final concept art I did for Elliot as a Tagwell fighter. Some Luke sketches from work. Some more Luke sketches from work and a Jinx. No Evil fan art, and Natsu from the Fire Emblem group that I joined with Elian. Kazel art and Claire art, and a study of this like cool Corvus helm that I saw online. And then a doodle of Lydon, and a doodle of my friend's character Ramses that I did on Post-it notes because I found yellow Post-it notes and I thought they were cool. This one's actually a piece of like, it's not tagboard or cardboard, chipboard. It's a piece of chipboard that was on the back of like a notebook for the scrap paper that we use at the store, and we used it all up and we were just going to toss that away, so I used it for art instead. Some constant sketches, and I haven't done constants in a while, but I finally rejoined and I'm doing some sketches of Regis, who's my Two of Pentacles. Concept art for another RP group that I'm joining. I've been getting back into RP groups recently. I don't like necessarily want to overwhelm myself with them, but it's nice to have prompts to do things for. At some point I'm probably gonna go back to doing personal stuff, but it goes in cycles. Some concept art for a large oasis-based city that I had an idea for. So basically, this is the city up at the top, and that's the oasis. The actual oasis goes down into like this big cavernous type of underground lake, kind of like Loch Ness, except with a bottle. Tabletop art of a new character I made named Paracelsus for a lawful evil campaign, and it's hard to see because it's green, and I apologize. There's a better sketch of him on the next page, I swear. But basically, so this is Paracelsus, and he's basically a lawful evil wizard, alchemist, necromancer who wants to find eternal life. And I'm super, super excited about him. This is my dwarf barbarian. I actually had to censor this because she doesn't wear a shirt since barbarians have very little armor. So sorry about that. YouTube doesn't like boobs. And then the last page is just another sketch of Paracelsus. And I'm really liking this character in general, so. But yeah, oh yeah, I know I normally do this in the beginning, but again, this is paper blanks. Alright, my camera cut me off, so I'm pretty sure I was just in the middle of just explaining what the stats of the, not stats, the details of the sketchbook were, in terms of like branding and size. I don't actually know the actual size of this, but it's a paper blank Allegro Ultra, which the cover is the Autumn Symphony version. It's 1995 in the US, and it's 144 unlined pages, which I believe make it about 72 sheets. So it's a really nice sketchbook. I love the pocket that you have in it, in the back, and I love the elastic that you can use to keep it shut, and the ribbon that is very effective for keeping your place. In general, it's a really good sketchbook, and I love these because it makes me feel like I'm doing something special with it. It makes them look fancy, and when I put them on my shelf, it makes me feel proud that I have them. In general, I really recommend these sketchbooks, and I feel that this sketchbook for me personally was actually pretty good. I feel like I learned a lot of new things, and I tried a lot of new experimentation stuff. I didn't ever really feel comfortable in the sketchbook, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Because it wasn't a bad uncomfortable, it just I wasn't complacent with the original stuff I was always doing. I always felt like I was pushing myself a little bit and learning a little bit more about things. So yeah, overall, I think it was a really cool sketchbook, and I'm very proud of it, and I couldn't wait to share it with you guys. I actually haven't done my outro in a while, so excuse me if I screwed this up, but as usual, thank you all for your support. I will link anyone I have mentioned down in the description below. And I think I did that out of order. Oh well. If you want to shoot me a question, I am available on any of my social medias below. Or if you have something you'd like me to cover, you can also stick that down in the comments as well. So yeah, thank you so much for your support, guys, as usual. And I will see you next time. Bye!